All right. Hello, everyone. How are you? It is 8 o'clock on the dot. We are showing off tonight. This is awesome. All right. So, 8 o'clock on the dot. We want you to share this out with someone. Hop on, say hello to us. Let us know that you are here. As you are discovering that we're on, remembering that we are on, popping on, please share this out. Let someone know that we are on. I cannot wait for you to enjoy this conversation with us. Yep, come on in, say hello. Let me know that you are here. I would absolutely love to chat with you all tonight. This is an interactive live chat. This is not just you having to sit and listen to folks talk to you or around you. Hello, Addie. How are you? Thank you for being here. All right, so I'm going to jump in and start our introduction while you all are sharing. All right. My name is Trinace Richardson, and I am the founder of Real Women Rock because we do. We create safe spaces for women to do self-development, personal development work on themselves. And we do that through virtual and in-person sister circles. Our goal is to create circles so that every woman has access to a safe space and a circle of sisters, no matter where she lives in the world. And so, just like you have sorority chapters, just like you have chapters with other organizations across the country and abroad, we are moving across the country and abroad, developing sister circles for Real Women Rock. And we started that process, and we're doing wonderfully well with that before COVID. And since COVID, during COVID, we have been meeting virtually, which has been an amazing opportunity for all of us, no matter where we live in the world, to connect. And so this coming Saturday, all call, tell me who is coming. I need this too, Sandy. I'm so glad that you are here. I love you, sweetie. This Saturday an opportunity for us to connect in person. Can somebody say in person in the chat, whether you are live or on the replay? Please say in person, because we have not had a chance to do that in over a year. We're doing it in a safe way so that we're outside. So if you are still uncomfortable being enclosed in spaces with folks, we get it. We are starting our summer sister circles outside. Yes, ma'am. And so we invite you this coming Saturday. Our theme is Say Yes to You. Literally, no matter where you live, you're welcome to join us. But we will be in Clinton, Maryland. Yes, in person. We will be in Clinton, Maryland, at the Costco Park, the Costco Regional Park, in right there in that Prince George's County area. And we would love to see you. Bring your chair, bring your blanket, bring your own snacks, so you can elbow people or high five. But the idea is that we're going to have connection and conversation that is meaningful to us. We're going to explore what it means to say yes to ourselves. And we're going to have some fun doing it. I'll have some tissue boxes because we might shed a few tears, but I would look forward to having you. If you want to know anything about Real Women Rock or this coming Saturday, we also on August 7th, we have a Hampton Roads in-person circle outside happening. And on September 18th, we have a Northern Virginia circle happening. I told you we're going to be everywhere. And so we would love for you to go to realwomenrock.org. Again, realwomenrock.org to check us out there and get information. Okay? I am so excited about tonight. Those are all of our announcements, and I'm ready to dig in because this 30 minutes goes by so fast. Let me tell you, the woman who is going to share with us tonight is, she's a podcaster. She's a singer, an amazing singer. She's an amazing actor and a playwright. She is an all-around Renaissance woman, and I am just so pleased. Let me just bring her on so you can see her beautiful face. There's Iyanna right there.
Hey now.
I am so glad to have you tonight. I'm so excited.
It's a blessing. Thank you for having me, sister.
thank you for being here, sister. We have been able to connect in a couple of different ways. I was stalking you a little bit. I have to admit that before we met in person, because and still virtually. But not only do you do lessons, voice lessons, you are a singer yourself. But I happen to be able to see you in a couple of your performances, your plays, your own play that you wrote yourself. It's just amazing how blessed you are. Would you mind, before we dig into the content, saying hello to the people, telling us a little bit about you and who you are?
Well, thank you for having me, Dr. Richardson. First of all, it is a blessing to be here. It's good to talk with you again. I am Ayanna Blake, and I am from the DMV area, from the Northern Virginia area, and I am a wife, a mom. As you say, I'm a creative. I love to sing. God has allowed me the opportunity to do this thing on stage, whether it be singing or acting, musical theater, for a living. I'm an educator. I am a podcaster, and I'm a storyteller. So I am blessed to be able to share stories of our people with our people and beyond. And my favorite color is orange. I like to eat. I'm trying not to like to eat so much because it's getting me into trouble. What else? My favorite color is orange. My favorite number is 6. I love to eat. I love to swim. I love to travel. I collect butterflies, and that's me.
I love it. I love it. I know that you just finished traveling a little bit because you just celebrated 21 years. Am I right?
21 years of marriage to the same guy, Billy Blake.
I love it. I love it. Yes. And I think I mentioned in just advertising, we have that in common. I just think that's amazing. That 21 years, that's a wonderful number. That means we have been through it and come up on the other side. I'm hoping you're okay over there. I think you muted, and I don't know whether it did it to you or whether, I'm not sure. I'm still moving, Ayanna. I'm not sure if you are. And if you all can let us know. There we go. You're back. And I think you need to unmute though.
Okay.
Yep, you're back. You're back. Just as quick as that. It didn't take long at all. Don't worry. And you keep me up to date if you're not seeing or feeling me at all. Let me know.
Okay. This technology, I'm learning so much about technology, and that sometimes it has a mind of its own. So as my grandmother say, you better put on your patience.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that. Put on your patience.
You better put your patience on. But yes. As I was saying, yes, I just celebrated 21 years of marriage, and God is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is. And I was saying we have that in common, and that's a really wonderful number. What I want to jump in because, is it still doing it to you? Yep, it's still doing it to you. Let me tell you all, while she's working on that, there's a question I'm putting up because the theme that we're going to get to, I'm not even worried. I see you back now, Ayanna. The theme we're going to get to is music, marriage. I think, I'm not sure, all of my stuff is working. You all let us know as you are watching us if I am freezing up for you. Let me know. And we'll just keep it flowing because once it's recorded, we'll be fine. We'll get to some conversation. I'm not sure. I'm doing okay over here with my bars. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna go, and if at any point you can't hear me, just let me know when you come back. If I see you frozen, I'll let you know.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So the question for you all watching us, sharing with us, because we've themed this music, marriage, and the Pursuit of Sisterhood. And I did that because you are all things to, just literally eclectic in your giftings and being a creative, that I wanted to touch on a little bit of all of it. And
Okay.
so my question to everyone watching us is, what are you in pursuit of? And I ask it that way because
That's a great question.
isn't that good? Because whatever you are seeking, you will find, right? Whatever we are seeking, we will find. Yeah, your volume has gone. Now it's back. So while they are answering that question, I want to ask you, Ayana, if you could just share. I know that you have been seeking, because it has found you, a love of music. And so if you could start with that love and that pursuit, what sparked your love of music and theater, and what keeps you motivated to do it?
Okay, that's loaded. All right. Well, well, first of all, I come from a musical family.
Okay.
So my grandmother was a singer. My family were loaded with singers. And so from my mother, who's tenor, from her sister, who's alto, the other sister, who's soprano, to her brother, my Uncle June, shout out to him, rest in peace, tenor. Now the generations, we have
A choir.
rehearsal, we have a
You got a
choir come
choir.
Thanksgiving, we sit around the table and we just strike up praise and worship, and we're artists. We love all things arts, and that came from my grandmother's love for the arts. She would travel to the gospel music workshop every year with her coffee pot and iron and her robe, and it's just what we know. And so as it being something that's all I know, you surround yourself with people and friends, and going to street theater in Arlington County, arts and what is that, Arlington County Recreation. And we would just sit outside and do plays, musicals, and we're dancing around in costumes and props. And so next thing I knew, I was at Duke Ellington School of the Arts,
Wow.
which took me to Shenandoah Conservatory. And I was supposed to be in Europe as an opera singer, but that didn't happen because I became a mommy and a wife, and things changed. And here I am years later pursuing musical theater and a solo career. And I'm blessed because even in this season, I'm still able to create. And so music is my love, it's my passion, and I'm just blessed to be able to do it. I've traveled the world doing it, and I'm blessed.
Yeah. And I'm sure you can notice, what a blessing. I'm sure you can notice what it feels and looks like in you, and you giving it out to the world in different phases of your life, like pursuing. I can think back, and again, I can akin to you, a love of music and theater. And I thought I was going to be, Ayana, I thought I was going to be Whitney Houston reincarnate,
Come on, come on.
or Janet Jackson, if I could get just the big key and something.
Look, I think we all thought we were Whitney. Don't play.
Yes, yes.
Everybody thought we were all Whitney, and then when Janet came, everybody was in control.
Hey. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, and so just that love of it, I think, we do it for you. Can you hear me? Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I think
my husband's on standby because he's the techie, and so if you hear me talking to somebody, I'm like, "It's going out. What's the problem?
Help me! No problem. We are live and in color, for real, for real.
For real.
Called real life.
Yes.
But I said that to say that when we are acting or doing whatever we are in pursuit of at different phases of our lives, we do it for different reasons. And I know, it would be nice to do it for the starlight, the shine, the glitter, the gold, the fame, the riches, and that kind of thing. But I think when you find that you are doing what you love to do, it all of that becomes a back burner to you just being able to do. And then you said you've been able to do it for a living. So I know that prioritizing what's important has allowed that to blossom for you. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't include my family, my
Mm,
husband, my kids, my mom. They have been supportive from day one. So, as my years have kind of grown in this thing, they're understanding. They know that they got a weird, crazy mom. And if I'm not on stage, if I'm not doing what I love to do, then I am a trip. And
mhm.
so they get it. You know what I mean? They understand that this is what I was created to do. And in that, my prayer is that I've shown them that you need to follow your dreams. You need to follow what's in your heart. And so, um, yeah, that's pretty much where I am with it.
So good, so good. And so, whether even if it's not music, even if it's
Mhm.
not theater, for everyone listening, the question is still, what are you in pursuit of? And I love that Sandy said a joyful, impactful life, because that's
Amen.
so balanced, right? Like
Amen.
I want to make big impact in the world, but I want to enjoy life while I'm doing it. I
Absolutely. And let me
love
say this. Let me
me.
say this. When COVID hit, theater shut down,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm like, okay, I had contracts, I had
Girl.
stuff lined up for the next season. And
Mm-hmm.
then what we thought was going to be a 2-week situation turned into a year and something.
Mm.
And, I'm sitting back saying, okay, so what am I supposed to do with all this creativity?
Yeah.
And God reminded me about this research that I had begun with podcasting.
Mm.
And so I'm just like, yeah, but that's not singing. I heard him say very clearly, well, you don't have to just use your voice to sing,
Ooh.
right?
Mm.
And
Mm.
so that's how this whole podcasting thing happened. That same creativity that I was yearning for, that I was longing for, that was missing from the stage, from, the interactions with my colleagues, just the life that we live, you know, in rehearsals all day, on stage all evening, leave the stage, go and get a late night burger, come home, try it all over again. What am I supposed to do with that energy? And
Yeah.
so that's when I started to really dive into podcasting. And the Lord, since March, has allowed me to really see this thing take off for women. And so
Mm.
the desire that I have to love on women, to highlight women that I've had for many years, he
Yeah.
brought that back into remembrance for me. And that's what my podcast is about. It's about providing that safe space, as you mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
for women to get inspirational tools and tips and stories
Yeah.
of something that can make us better.
Mm-hmm.
In my research for podcasting, it was some ratchet stuff out there. And I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, okay, now, no wonder we out here just doing crazy stuff,
Yep.
because if this is what we're putting in our ears,
Girl.
okay, so what can I do? Where's my place in this? So I
Yeah.
started to really sit with God and really just seeing what was out there, seeing what was missing, seeing could what I could do to help women out, to
Yeah.
provide that bridge, to provide that inspiration. And Sister Conversations came up, and I've been going since March.
And it has been amazing. I just
Thank you.
I just listened. Not I don't just listen to the one we did. I've listened to a few of them. And you and your husband just did one. That was so impressive and amazing.
Thank you.
I was
Thank
like,
you.
go ahead, Mr. Billy Blake. Go
Come
ahead.
on, Billy Blake.
It was amazing. And I love how God has allowed you to just intertwine and combine all of your giftings and your loves and your pursuits so that you are using the voice he gave you. You are
Amen.
using your love for women and sisterhood to bring something to women that would be a blessing to them, to anyone who listens.
Yeah.
But just that idea of sister conversations is such a blessing. I want to talk to you about two parts of that while you all continue. If you're just coming in, please answer. Let us know what you are in pursuit of, because we are talking about all of these loves that Ayana has, that have, as she has sought them out, they have sought her, and she has been
Thank you, Lord.
prosperous in them. That with this podcast, you are talking to and about sisterhood. And I wonder if in your love for and your desire to help sisters, if you have ever experienced the stereotypical nature, the issues that come up, competition and gossip and, all those things. I'm wondering if you've ever experienced that, and just kind of what this love and pursuit of sisterhood was birthed out of.
Well, if there isn't a woman who hasn't experienced that type of stuff, show me her, because
well,
I'm saying, what woman has not been lied on, talked about, mistreated? I mean, what woman hasn't, right? Been gossiped on. What woman hasn't gossiped?
Yeah.
I mean, we're human.
Yeah.
We're growing, we're healing, we're maturing. Whether you're on the side of being gossiped on, whether you are the gossiper, everybody still needs love. Everybody still needs to be connected. And so in that, we need to be fed. And so how else can we be fed? Through our testimonies. And we as women, we love to talk, girl. You know that. And so I thought, what better way to receive healing but through another sister. And so that's why I try to highlight women like yourselves who are, shining lights in dark places, to really inspire. You never know how you influence and bless somebody unless you start talking about it.
Ooh.
And so hopefully, as women and men, because although women is the target market and audience, fellas, you can listen to. That's the desire, so that we're all always, because we're always evolving, right? And so as we're changing, as we're maturing, as we go from one season to the next, we need somebody to hold our hand. We need somebody to push us along. We need somebody to say, girl, now you know good and well you ain't had no business saying that, right? So in all of those seasons, hopefully, they can turn on, find an episode, and grow and learn from it. And as season 1 concludes, I can't even believe that I am closing out season 1. I'm like,
and listen, y'all, they are juicy. I mean, Yana, she's hilarious and she's
Lord,
insightful. And I love how you go from at the very beginning being very proper, and your formal introduction is amazing. And then by the time you in it, girl, your country shows. I love it. I love it. It's an absolute experience, and I love that. Like minds, like spirits find each other, and we're all just really trying to flood the earth with more positivity, because you can go around any corner and find ratchetness, as you say. And
you don't have to go around the corner, sis. You ain't got to look far.
Yeah, exactly. Just look around, turn around and look, right? And
that's it.
We just want to be as positive as possible. And I love, someone said the testimony, the idea that we would share in a real way what we've been through and how it can help somebody else. And so there's a question. I do have 1 or 2 more questions for you, but there's a question. Y'all, we love it when you ask questions and share your thoughts. So please do that. But Sandy asked, how do we deal with the hurt of being misunderstood. So we're doing our best to put all of this positive out there because we have had those, those interesting interactions with women when we have those and we are misunderstood. How do we deal with those?
Well, I believe misunderstandings are common, right? You always set out with the best intentions, and you're not going to be able to please everybody. But I believe that is why you have to be so connected to God and your assignment. When you're connected to God and you have your assignment and you have clear instructions of what it is you're doing, why you're doing it, then He is able to position you in a way that, whether you look to the left or you're looking to the right, your job is to do what you're called to do. And in that time of prayer and in that time of sitting with Him, you're really praying and sitting with Him and asking God to make sure that what He wants you to do gets done and He's glorified. Misunderstandings, they're going to happen, but the goal is the goal, right? Hopefully, prayerfully, if it's a misunderstanding with a sister, that they were able to come and talk to you about that. Sometimes it doesn't happen, and sometimes we can't do nothing about that. But when they are courageous enough to come and we sit down and we talk about it, started with prayer, and let's talk about it. Why, what happened? Let's sit down and talk about this like big girls, right? And then move from there. But being very clear about what your assignment is, once you're doing that, the rest.
Let me tell you how important what you just said is, because as you have had conversations on the podcast, and I'm sure the sisters around you, you have had conversations with some powerful women. Your husband has been the first male. And in this community, Ayana, in this Real Women Rock community, we have some amazing women literally on right now. And I think it's
girls.
It's God talking right now through you, because I happen to know that some of the women here have been misunderstood, who are listening either live or on the replay. And what you said is so important, because the goal is the goal. And if I am focused on who God created me to be, and what I'm supposed to be doing in the earth, I get to understand that people are not going to like me anyway. Somebody.
Well, here's the thing. Jesus is our example, right? He came to earth with a goal, with an assignment. Whatever was on the left, whatever was on the right, whatever was behind him, he made sure that he carried out the goal, right? He was misunderstood. So if he was misunderstood, why do we think we're not going to be misunderstood? The call is, how do you behave when you are misunderstood? That's the call, because then that's when the necks get to going and, well, she don't know me.
Let me tell you, and because I know that there is, and I'm not going to put it up here, but I speak life to all of us as energy is exchanged and we are loving on each other and in community with each other, even virtually, that we just speak that our being focused and our being centered in on who God has called us to be will outweigh and overshadow any of the mess around us.
It has to. It has to. Else we'll quit.
Yes.
We'll quit this thing looking at what somebody else thinks and whatever. It's not about that. The assignment is the assignment. Stay true to the assignment.
That is so good. Thank you for that. You just spoke words of wisdom and encouragement into a lot of us up here.
Into myself.
We need to encourage each other, and it's when you said it, it's when we're able to say it out loud
Yeah.
that we're able to help each other, that we're able to hear our own testimony, but also for someone else to hear it.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to share just whatever nugget you have, just when it comes to Pursuit. I didn't even get to dig in. That means we're just gonna have to come back again, because I would love to dig in a little bit into you, into being married 21 years, but that's a whole nother half an hour.
Well, they're gonna have to go check out the episode.
There you go, because I was about to tell you to share your websites and resources.
They're gonna have to check out the episode in order to get that.
That's how we're gonna do that.
We're gonna tease the saints. We're gonna tease the saints.
So could you please, as we are sharing, and I love this, Taj said, yes, quitting seems to appear as the solution, but we have to realize we are walking away from our assignment when we quit. Ooh, so good.
And here's the thing. What I'm learning in this season, I call it my season of obedience.
Ooh.
And all seasons should be obedience, absolutely. But this particular one here, I am intentional about that word obedience. So what does that mean? That means if you quit, that means you're totally out of obedience, if that's what you were called to do. And what I have learned in obedience, what made me go back to my marriage was that a lot of times when we quit, quitting is not just for us. Quitting is not just affecting us. I'll say that. Quitting affects generations to come after us.
Ooh.
So what made me say, okay, I'm going to pack my boxes up and go back home was because God was very intentional when he said, your obedience to your marriage is directly tied to your children. Woo! When I tell you I started packing them boxes up,
and went back with your tail between your legs, like, Lord.
And we had to sit down and we had to figure it out. And because he made mistakes, I made mistakes. That's what marriage of 21 years, you figure it out, right, sis? That it ain't a you did this. It ain't a you did this. And it ain't a, well, you should have and you should have. No. Everybody plays a part. And so in that, you have to know that when you decide to quit, it's not just about you.
Yes. And this keeps coming back to this pursuit and knowing that what you are seeking at the end of the day is not a good feeling. It's not a good, love isn't just a good feeling, because if it's all based on feelings, we all in trouble, all of us.
Well, somebody better go check out Corinthians 13, 1 Corinthians 13, and find out what it really is. And here's the thing, if you're going to chase that, you're going to know that those things that you're chasing that are listed under 1 Corinthians 13, it takes somebody strong, somebody that is determined, somebody that's not caring about being misunderstood, shaken, to say, you know what, God, whatever the course is, I know that you've called me in this season to be tenacious, to be in pursuit of what it is that you have attached to me. Because if I die today or tomorrow, I can stand before God and say, you know what? I did what you told me to do in this season. And I'm okay with that.
Woo! So good. And let me tell you, because Addie just mentioned that she's not married, but she needed this, because it's not really about marriage. It is in this moment. That's what we're talking about. But what you just said was so important, because whatever we are in pursuit of, whatever the goal is, whatever we are called to do, marriage, music, sisterhood, whatever, I think Sandy said, a joyful, impactful life, whatever we are in pursuit of, we have to remain steadfast on the goal being the goal, so that we can get to the end and say, I did everything I was supposed to do.
Well, here's the thing. You don't have to necessarily be married to a spouse. You're married to yourself and God first. So let's pursue that first. Some of us don't know how to pursue ourselves, pursue God in our singleness.
Talk, Ayana. Yes.
So whether he brings a spouse today or tomorrow, do you know how to cook, sis? Can you clean your house, sis?
For you,
For
for
you,
you,
for you.
for you. I love it. Sandy said 52 years
Don't
now.
play with Cindy.
Now,
Sandy,
Sandy.
Sandy.
Yes, Naomi Sandy. Yes.
Come on, Sandy,
50,
52.
well and still growing.
Ooh.
You can't get to any kind of double digits and then decades over and over without some work being put in. I
We
love
need to sit up underneath Sister Sandy,
it. And we could,
52.
and we
My
could.
little 21 ain't nothing.
Let me tell you, I've had her on here before. She's gonna be back again. Maybe, Sandy,
Goodness,
maybe it'll,
52.
yes, it'll just be about
Woo.
marriage the next time, Sandy. So let's share any closing words of wisdom you have for us. And I'm going to put on the screen sisterconversations.com because we've gotten away with touching on music and theater, marriage, as well as the pursuit of sisterhood. But this is just a sneak peek into a conversation with real women. And I would love for them to engage with you. The very last episode was about you and your husband. Any words of wisdom and information and resources you want to share with us?
Well, I would say, as somebody who once thought, I don't need girlfriends. I don't need no girlfriends. I'm okay by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And truth of the matter is, we don't really believe that. That's a cop out. And I believe that we as women need to go back to that place where we have been betrayed, where we have been let down, and we need to kind of do some legwork of why our relationships with our sisters are failing. And they're unhealthy, a lot of them. And we have to get to a place that, as my slogan is, that we bring a sister with us, come
Yeah.
hell or high water or no water, or I'm not leaving my sister behind because she needs me. And so, when do we and how do we get back to that place? You talk about the pursuit of sisterhood, and this is Real Women Rock. How do real women rock? We rock by loving on one another. And you can't love on one another if you don't love yourself first, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you can't extend the same love that you have for yourself or your sister, then we're not getting the job done.
Yeah.
We're single moms, we're career driven, we're married, we're young, we're middle aged, we're menopausal, and we need one another. And so, my challenge to everyone that's listening, that will listen, is where are you with your sister walk? Call your sister, check on your sister, pray for your sister. There are times during the day that just names just start jumping, falling into my spirit. And I'm literally just like, okay, Lord, so I need to start praying for her right now. I don't need to know what she's going through, but in my spirit, this is what I feel like I need to do. And so I just start praying. And then if God moves me to call, then I'll call. But we got to do better with our sisterhood. And, gone are the days where we no longer say we're minding our business. Sometimes that minding our business has really got us into a selfishness place, a selfish place. And so in that, I believe that our grandmothers, they set a standard for us with sisterhood. One of my girlfriends, I met her because she showed up at my door when I lived 2 hours away. I didn't know her from Adam, but she heard that I was sick, and she showed up at my door with a pot of spaghetti and garlic bread and salad. She showed up at my door. I didn't know this lady. Now years later, we're sisters. But that was her introduction to me and my husband and my children. What happened to those days? When somebody is sick, do we just show up? When somebody, we know the sister's depressed, When do we just show up? When do we go beyond our selfishness and just say, you know what? I know that that's probably what I should do, but I'm going to do this because I know that this is what God would want me to do. And that's sisterhood. So I challenge the women today
Mm.
to be sisters and mean it from the heart. Be bold. Be bold in your sisterhood.
Bold in your sisterhood.
Yeah.
Somebody said, that's my mama. You must know somebody.
Sarah! Yes, sir. Shout
You
out
are
to
dropping.
Jean Coates,
Yes.
Jean Richardson.
Ah,
Yes, that's my sister. She showed up at my door. You hear me? And
wow.
that's my sister. And she know I'll kick a door down on her behalf. You hear me? Kick it down.
I love that. You have just exhibited, not only was that a word, just a word of encouragement. Every piece of what you have shared has been a word. But to see even those who love you show up, even in this space, to find you on social media live tonight, to find you and show up for
That's
you.
love. That's
Yes,
love.
it
And I
is.
love them. They know I
Yeah,
love them.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta put it out there. And if it's something that's not right, you fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You fix
That's
it.
good. That's good.
Fix it.
And where do you want us to go? I'm gonna put this up here because we wanna flood your podcast, and then I don't know if things are opening back up as far as theater is concerned. Do you have anything you're working on that you want to talk about? And I know you probably got some stuff up under your sleeve you can't talk about, but what can
Well,
you talk about?
Well, let me say this. Go to sisterconversations.com, and that is my website for my podcast. You can find my podcast, Sister Conversations with Ayanna Blake, on all major podcast platforms: Apple, Spotify, Google, what is it? Anchor, Lottie Dottie, and everybody. Look for it there. And I next season I will be sisterhood is not only accepting the good times but being present in the bad times. You better hear me.
She talking, isn't she?
Come on,
She
Cynthia.
talking with you, Cynthia. She talking. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
um and next season, well, this season coming up in the theater world, I get to show off my playwright hat, and I'm really, really excited. If On my Instagram, well, I'll start posting about it in the next couple of weeks, but I have written plays, and a couple of the theaters in town have picked it up. And so I get to bring Black stories for Black people and others, but authentic stories that reflect what's happening in our world, positivity, sisterhood stories. So I'm excited about that. I have a show coming out. It's about mental health. And as I'm an advocate for mental health, you went to
You know, I
the
was about
workshop.
to ask.
But here's the thing, I've been editing all year, and it's a whole different show from when you saw it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah,
And it
it's
was
so
amazing when I
good.
saw it. It was amazing.
Well,
I
I've been.
know inside stuff, whatever. It was amazing. And I can't
Thank
wait
you.
to see the edited, revised, updated version.
I'm telling you that the Lord has blessed me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited to be able to come out the gate and just really show all of me.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited that can I keep it real? I got to keep it real. As you know, we're dealing with Black Lives Matter in our theaters, and how, our theaters, they post really, 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 really nice posts about Black Lives Matter and inclusion, and then the theaters open back up and they doing the same song and dance.
Right, right.
And I'm excited because in that, those Black actresses and actors in our area that yet again won't have an opportunity to perform at the white theaters, they will have an opportunity because I've written some stuff, and the open call will go out soon. So audition and y'all come see the show.
Yes.
So within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be posting about it. And so support me because guess what? I need you to support me.
Yes, yes.
These Black actors need support.
Absolutely.
Hmm
And I'm going to echo just literally whatever you are doing with your dollars in this season, because we will find a way to spend money on whatever we want to do.
Yeah, we will.
So let's just invest in bringing life to theater in general,
Yes.
but especially our sisters and our brothers who
Because
are.
you know they say that we don't go to the theater, right?
I know that's what they say. I know that's what they say, but I know different. I know all of us know what Hamilton is because, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know what we're doing.
But Hamilton ain't a Black dollar.
That's what I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We know how to go to the theater. We just need to invest it in our own. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you. This has been such a blessing. And we went over time just because it was so good. It was good.
It's all good. It's all good.
It was good. Yes, put some of that stimulus money to these theaters. I know that's right, Sandy. Sandy said put some stimulus money toward, yes.
They can't because they in Cabo on the beach, Sandy. They in Aruba, sis.
Mexico on the dollars. Lord have mercy.
They done bought a new car with that money. That money gone, Sandy.
We're showing off now. This has been such a blessing, sister. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. You know I love you.
I love you too. We're going to do this again. We're going to do
again and again. How about that?
I would love that. Y'all, this has been a sister conversation.
That's it.
We have had the most fun giving you a sneak peek into a real conversation with real women. We are here every Thursday night that we have a guest. It is interactive. We want to hear from you. In addition to just chatting with some extraordinary women, doing some extraordinary things, talking about real ordinary life, just the stuff that we're all dealing with. And so come back and join us again next Thursday. But would you visit us at realwomenrock.org? While you're there, once you're there, go to sisterconversations.com. Visit both of those places. This coming Saturday, we would love to see you in Clinton, Maryland at the Costco Park, because we are getting together in a sister circle. Bring your chair, bring your blanket. We're going to have a real conversation about what it means to say yes to you in this season.
Bring your bug spray, because they out here attacking. You hear me?
Bring your bug spray and your sunscreen, whatever that looks like for you.
Y'all got that Skin So Soft. Bring that. Avon.
Yes, do that. I love you, girl. Y'all
I love
have
you.
a wonderful night. Take care.
Take care.